But I do kind of feel like if your game is free, you're not really helping anybody by putting it in this bundle. You know what I mean? It's like I already could have had access to your game for free. I've technically paid more money for it than uh,
All
than
I've paid for is racial justice
yeah, yeah.
in this case.
Hey, what do you think this is? This lid doesn't look good up here.
It's a metal detector.
Hmm.
It's your work.
Is it?
Um,
Oh, I thought it was like a noose or something. I guess just I got my mind in
a noose
together.
is the other way around. A noose goes up.
So these are sides of a die. You may notice.
Oh, well, sorry, I've seen dice in my day.
That's true, but the poems disappear.
Punch that guy up.
Either
Punch him
all
up.
either all conventional physics is completely random, or dice are deterministic. Does that make sense to you?
Wait, either
Either
all of conventional physics is completely random, or dice are deterministic. This is a fucking big brain time.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Maybe
yeah,
I'm spending too.
give me like 20 years to think of this.
Maybe I'm spending too much time with it, but I guess what they're saying is that like when you throw so it's like we use dice as probability indicators, right? But when you throw dice, I mean theoretically, like when you move any around physical object, like the properties of how it moves are like determinable, right?
Right.
I mean, like when you when you throw a basketball, like there are physics problems that involve things traveling. But I guess the thing is that once we get into all that rotational stuff, it's just. I mean, I don't think anybody thinks dice are truly like truly random. It's just that their characteristics of how they move are so unpredictable to us on a meaningful level when we throw them, right? I'm sure if you had a machine that threw a die in the same way every time, it would usually come up in the one result, right?
Yeah, probably. I think where it loses me is yeah, I'd say that conventional physics is random.
Yeah, right. I guess it's like it
So
doesn't it doesn't seem that controversial on that like as our understanding of those two words like they seem compatible, right?
and
Like
maybe like a physicist would fucking flip his shit at me for saying. But like, yeah,
well, I guess
conventional
random
physics is
insofar
random.
as what I mean. I guess um there's always some stuff about like what is random and what isn't, right?
Right, but I guess so. I mean, once you get past like Newtonian physics though, there's quantum physics, and that has like particles popping into and out of existence. And as far as I'm aware, I mean, there may be laws that govern when a particle pops into existence, but like truly, according to our understanding, it seems to be completely random.
Yeah, okay. That's definitely true. I just mean that like I just mean when we're talking about like like random number generators, a lot of like to get a random number generator to be good enough to be like practically random, it doesn't have to be like actually
Random, right?
truly random, right? Like you only need pseudo randomness to be random, right? And so
Well,
as
you're the
far as
computer science guy.
as a
You're the one who'd
practical
know.
yeah, as a practical understanding of what it means for something. Oh shit! I keep going back and forth, and I'm not trying to be a dork. I just keep hitting the wrong button. Um, we must, of course, consider the possibility that this place was not constructed perfectly. Gaps between patterns might be the clue, the real pattern even. Maybe in the flaws, transitions, and meters, there is some exit, some tear in the head.
This is a poetry game, and I'm not really a poetry boy.
I am. I'm digging it. Um, we have our different strengths, right? You're more of the um, hard science and music person,
Yeah.
and I'm more of the
of the useless skills.
Yeah, like computer science,
Yeah,
math, and
yeah,
poetry.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
the classic combination.
Listen, brother, I've done a math or two in my day.
That's true.
I have to do at
Actually,
least some
probably
math to do
significantly
good
more than
science.
me, to be completely honest. I know you've done more math than me, but I think I get the impression I like math more than you do.
uh, I wouldn't say that. No, I mean math is fine. I don't want to be a mathematician.
There was just, hold on, did you see that there was just a promo for House of Leaves in here?
No.
The thing said, I have not felt the same since reading House of Leaves, which is like a big, it's like one of those big books that like lots of, it's like, I don't know, it's one of those
The
books, I
pretentious
haven't
book.
read it, but it's one of those ones that like lots of people lose their shit over because it's like it's very experimental and like
Yeah,
conceptual
yeah.
and cerebral and everything. So it's both, from what I hear, a good book, but also like exactly the type of book that like
A person who made this game.
yeah, like that like people who are like super into their own brains, like oh, the TTC, the Toronto Transit Commission.
You've got a cursor on the screen. Yeah, put it right in the middle. Everyone will lose their minds. Somewhere in space, a ziggurat. Somewhere the gameplay lost its hat. Sometimes a cube is more than that. Sometimes its structure up to bat. Somewhere outside, a howling cat. Do you see why I don't like poetry that much?
To be fair, this isn't how poetry normally is.
I can't help but look at you and only see the weather.
Greg, what do you like about music? Out of curiosity.
uh it it makes me feel a deep sense of contentment when I'm singing with many other people.
Sure, okay, but you see, you actually you're not, yeah, you're not a big fan of music, of listening to music.
Well,
No, no, I'm serious.
that
I'm
makes
not
me
trying to
sound
like.
like a fucking weirdo.
No, no, okay. I'm not. Oh, you hate music. When I turn it on, you go and flip it off. No, no. I just mean that like in my experience with you, you don't. There's not like a huge like you don't listen to a huge like collection of music, and you don't like. I mean, I think that's fair to say, right? You don't like. You're not like a big music person.
That's just a very weird way of saying it. I don't spend a lot of time like listening to albums or something, or like I don't put in headphones and listen to songs like when I have nothing else to do or
Yeah.
anything like that. But I do like listening to music and just like focusing on the music and trying to hear all the different compositional aspects of it. But I like performing music. The thing is, you have to listen to a lot of music to be able to perform music well. Stuck on the inside, looking in. The air down there is getting thin. There are some games you cannot win. The ring came off my pudding can. Take my penknife, my good man. I swear it's Springfield's only choice. Lift up your hands, throw your voice. Monorail, monorail, monorail.
My impression is that you like performing music more than you like listening to music. Like I don't know. Like I go out of my way to listen to lots of new music. I like one of the things I really like in music is lyricism,
Mhm,
and
mhm, mhm.
lyrics as like poetry and stuff like that. Where I don't think I don't think that's what you get out of music usually, right? Um, or at least I don't know. I guess maybe I'm misreading it, but to me that's basically the perception, is that you're not like as big into like seeking out and listening to music. Because right when I said, "What do you like about music?" You're like, "Well, I really feel a good connection when I'm performing with other people." Um,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't just go out and look for new music all that often.
see. How about this?
But the other thing is like if you're into poetry, that's fine. You're not absorbing any of the poetry here.
No, I don't think this is the best kind of poetry. In fact, I would even go as far as to say a lot of the poetry in this uh, isn't very good. But I like the conceptual. I like the concept of this game. It's a neat concept game. It's nice to play stuff like this. I mean, oh, um, one time I was trying to make a game. I never actually made very far in it, but it was I was making a game that was designed to string several poems I had written together, and so I appreciate the efforts this person is doing. Um, you see, I do kind of hate not playing a game like this to its ending. So I might just keep that tab open and finish it after we're done recording.
All
Um,
right.
because it's clearly making you like furious watching me play it.
Not making me furious. It's just not, you know, nothing's really happening, bruh. It's just a little man walking in a red thing, and we can't really appreciate the poetry in this circumstance.
Can we not? We had several interesting conversations in like I felt like that was good fodder for some interesting conversations we had. Unless you felt like everything we were saying was not useful at all to us.
No, I'm just saying like we weren't really. Oh well, I guess it's a fine line between what you know what the game actually inspired us to talk about and not. Like I feel like those are conversations we had sort of about poetry and not really about the game. Now the game is about poetry. I will give you that.
It's a
But
very meta game. I feel like the fact that we had a conversation about what probability is was cool.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
And then we had
Yeah.
a discussion about what it means to enjoy music and the differences that we perceive this sort of stuff. I don't know. I felt like if we weren't so pressed for time, like I don't want this recording to be like a half hour, but I felt like if we weren't so pressed for time, some of these conversations we could have carried out to even longer things that were like I think we could have removed them from a game context and continued talking to each other about some of the stuff without having to directly relate it back to the thing to the original work that inspired this sort of stuff.